Welcome to this week's edition of the First Reading, where I'll go over the first reading at daily Mass since it focuses on a certain section of salvation history. And so on Monday, we continue on the letter to the Hebrews, specifically about persevering in the faith. And so the author tells the congregation of other people in the Bible who persevered in faith even to the point of death, and encourages the congregation to do the same. So he mentions examples like some of the judges who were killed when they were trying to defend Israel from the different enemies. He also mentions a mom who had to watch her own sons die during the Greek persecution. And so that's on Monday. They continue to persevere in faith even despite trials. On Tuesday, we take a break from Hebrews and we go into the book of Malachi, because on Tuesday we celebrate the Feast of the Presentation. So 40 days after Jesus was born, his parents presented him in the temple. So that's why on February 2nd, we celebrate the Feast of the Presentation of Jesus. And so the first reading on that day comes from the book of Malachi. So Malachi is talking about temple offerings specifically. And then in this reading, he talks about how God's messenger will purify all of the people who are assigned to offer offerings in the temple. And so we see how that's connected to Jesus' parents offering the perfect offering, who is Jesus in the temple. And so on Wednesday, we go back to the Hebrews, and it says, endure your trials. And the way to endure your trials is to view the trials as a way of God disciplining us. In fact, the authors ask the question, which father is there who doesn't discipline his son? And so he encourages all of the people in the congregation to also view any of their trials also as a way of God disciplining, not to punish, but rather to strengthen. And then on Thursday, he reminds the congregation, just like they haven't come to the point of shedding blood for the faith, neither have they fully realized the perfect sacrifice here on earth. That will happen in heaven. So he talks about that the fact that nobody has been yet to the perfect sanctuary in heaven, where Jesus is currently seated at the right hand of the Father, in that heavenly sanctuary, that heavenly place of worship is what the sanctuary is. And so he says that everything that Jesus is offering in the heavenly sanctuary is the best sacrifice, better than anything here we can do on earth. And in fact, he famously says that the blood of Jesus speaks more eloquently than the blood of Abel, who was a person who died earlier on in the Bible in the Old Testament. And so on Friday, the author is about to finish his letter, or finish his writings, and so he encourages everyone to Christian hospitality, citing specifically the part in the Bible where Abraham, without knowing, gave hospitality to some angels. So he gave hospitality to just some people he didn't know, but it turned out that they were angels. And so the author, continues to encourage the congregation to do the same thing, showing that hospitality, and in general, to imitate all of the people of faith in the Bible. In fact, he says, consider the outcomes of their lives and then imitate their faith. And so on Saturday, we finish with the letter to the Hebrews, specifically with some final words of encouragement to the community, specifically to obey their leaders, to offer sacrifices of praise to God, and to share what they have with others. And so that's the way we end Hebrews on Saturday, and that's the summary of all of our readings for the first readings this coming week. So I hope it helps understand that section of salvation history. Thanks for watching. God bless. Until next time.